I'm Eytan Shander with Awesemo, back with 3 plays for you Friday night with Jock Market. But before we give you those plays, make sure you take advantage of our promo code. It's right there above me, Awesemo, and we're going to match your first deposit up to $50. You put in 50 on Jock Market, we put in 50 on Jock Market, and you can go to work. All right. Speaking of which, let's look at our 3 plays for this Friday night. And again, the beauty of Jock Market, we always maintain here, the game does not stop once tip happens. It's all about buying low, selling high, taking advantage of game script. This is where we start with Jason Tatum. You start to look at where Alex on site has him projected for fantasy points and then also a fair IPO. I think it's reasonable to expect that Tatum, with the clear volume still left by Jaylen Brown, especially in losing efforts, because he's not sitting down 8 or so in the fourth quarter for a hopeless season. You're still getting a lot of volume from Jason Tatum, and I think it's trustable volume from Jason Tatum. If in fact, and this is what I'll say because it's always different here on Jock Market, if the Celtics come out and Tatum is on fire and Tatum is just moving this offense and scoring a ton of points in the vehicle, if you will, why Boston is moving, then I think you sell extremely high right away. And look, that's worth the price ahead of time. And if you want a fair IPO as far as just bouncing around for where we have other guys, it's going to be somewhere in that $12, maybe $11, $11.50 range. It's worth the spend up with that in the back, where if the Celtics get out and Tatum is a big reason or the reason why, really good opportunity that things will even out and that you can get rid of that Tatum stock for a really good price at that point, especially if you paid up $11.50 or $12. Now, this is all about game flow. The Denver Nuggets are coming off a back-to-back, still like Jokic, but I think there's an angle here. He's playing through a wrist injury, and he dominated the first half against the Philadelphia 76ers, only to see the Sixers just go on this miraculous run in the second half and find a way to stifle the Denver Nuggets. That's not happening by any means against the Bulls, but what I do think will be interesting is, assuming Jokic plays, which I think we do through this wrist injury, what happens in the first quarter, maybe even first half? If Jokic is a little sluggish, if Jokic isn't dominating like we're used to seeing, if whatever the Bulls are doing is working to slow him down, even if it's just 1, maybe 2 areas or categories that he's struggling with, then watch the stock drop and you can dive in there right away. I think Jokic is a great example of somebody who's going to be right there at the top along with Giannis as far as how Alex projects him. He even has him right there as the number 1 projected scorer tonight for fantasy points by about 4 full points if you look at the difference between Jokic and Giannis. I think at the fair IPO price, $20.05, I'm not going to get in on the IPO ahead of time. What I'm going to do is monitor that first quarter right away, because I think people will be anxious. I think people will be nervous that maybe it's the second night on a back-to-back, and here we go, Jokic doesn't have it. That's when you strike, you buy low, and you watch Jokic have a similar second half where he dominated like he did against the Sixers in the first half. All right, our final play, and this is going to be fascinating to see if LeBron James, where we do believe that there's a stronger chance he will play, he's projected somewhere in that middle range, about 33 fantasy points. That's where Alex has him on site. And to put it in perspective, he's just below DeAndre Ayton, Miles Bridges, Devin Booker, ahead of guys like Cole Anthony, Brandon Ingram. This is not where we're used to seeing by any means LeBron James. This, unlike Jokic, I think is a great chance to get in early. Look, the fact that he's projected to come back on the floor after missing so many games, the fact that we here on site, Awesemo, Alex has him projected just over 33 points, I don't think many people will want to spend or even spend up on LeBron James. He's still LeBron James. I don't think we can expect a minutes restriction. If LeBron's out there, LeBron's out there. It's a Friday night game. He's been waiting to get back. He's been hovering. They kept him out Wednesday to play Friday night. Take advantage of the fact that you can buy as low as possible ahead of tip. And then, look, he's going to be out there alongside Anthony Davis. We've seen Russell Westbrook and others step up clearly, right? THT is back. Melo has been playing well. So there's a great opportunity now for LeBron to be out there and be a facilitator. That's what we want to take advantage of. That's why we're okay spending up just a little bit on that IPO pre-tip. So you have Jokic, you have Jason Tatum, and you have LeBron James. Those are your 3 plays for Jock Market. The game doesn't stop once the ball goes up in the air and they tip. It's all about finding value, buying low, selling high, and making some money at the end of the night. Speaking of which, use our promo code AWESEMO, AWESEMO, and we're going to match your first deposit up to $50. I'm Eytan Shander for Awesemo, for Jock Market. Have a great night.